Hey guys, how's it going? Pennies for Vegas here, and just want to recap my most recent Las Vegas trip. The vlogs are out there, so you definitely can go check those out. But I wanted to add a few things that went sort of wrong on this trip, and give some shout outs and thanks to a lot of people that made the trip outstanding as well. And yeah, so let's get going. As you can see in the background, we got some of these Christmas balls still hanging off the palm tree. Um, that's for you, Hog. That's all you. And before we get going here, got a nice Caesar. So gonna down this. Good shit. Okay, so we went to Vegas. 3 nights at the Bellagio. We flew out Thursday night. We were supposed to fly out of London, Ontario at 8:30. As usual, the flight got delayed. I don't think we took off till like a quarter to 10. And so we got into Vegas about an hour, hour and a half late. And that really screwed everything up because then we had to go through customs. There wasn't a lot of customs agents working there in Vegas at that time because they weren't expecting a flight in around that time. So it really delayed everything. And then we finally got to Bellagio, and this is where the problem started. We have a Canadian visa. It's connected to the bank, and I use it to book all the hotel rooms, all the flights, everything like that. But when we went to use it, at the hotel, they tried telling us, well, this is a travel credit card, which it's not. So they said, it'll probably take you 30 days to get your deposit back. Well, I didn't want to have to wait 30 days. So then I thought, well, maybe we'll just do a cash deposit. And the whole thing was a bloody mess. So that took like an hour, hour and a half to get everything figured out with that. We didn't end up going to sleep till 2, 3 a.m. Vegas time. So we really got no time in, no gambling, no hanging out in Vegas. We were dealing with that all night. So we went to sleep. The next morning, we got a fresh start. And yeah, so the whole debit visa was a whole cluster. So we basically got our day started. We headed over to the Link Promenade, and we hit up the Chale Breakfast. There's a Groupon out there. I think you can get like a 20% discount. So you probably get it for $15, $16, and it gives you $30 off breakfast. Really good, tremendous deal. Be sure to check that out. And that's how we started our day. And then we went to the Cromwell and to Harrah's to earn some tier score. And basically, so at the Cromwell, we had to earn 10 tier, which is basically running $50 through the machine. And at Harrah's, $75 through the machine for 15 tier. And that got us 2 entries each into the free play, or not the free play, into the slot tournament at Harrah's. So we both entered into that. Didn't have any real luck. Liz won the session she was in, which was nice, but it wasn't high enough score to get us any prize money, so we moved on from there. Then from there, we headed on over to the area for their lunch buffet, and Buffet Princess had grabbed a My Vegas reward. It's 2 free buffets for lunch at the area, so we did that. We headed over there, grabbed the tram at Bellagio, went all the way over to area, and went up and got in line. Roughly about an hour wait. It's definitely worth it, though. This place is always busy. You're going to expect a lineup, but one of my favorite buffets in all of Las Vegas, and it was really good. Good meat. Had some steak, had some prime rib. Yeah, excellent. Okay, so after the area buffet, we headed back to the room for a little bit. Got some R&R and charged my phone up because I had a big interview coming up with Christine Ellis. And so we headed over to Ellis Island and we filmed that interview. That was great. After we finished that, Christine offered us something to eat. We told her we just had this big buffet, but she was cool enough and she said, well, pony up to the bar and grab yourself a drink. So she gave that to us for free, which was really nice of her. We had that drink, and then we moved on. Yeah, so from there, we walked back to the Bellagio. It's probably a 10, 12-minute walk. Not too bad, really. And we heard from our friends, Hog and 2 Cent. You can follow them on Twitter. They're Hog and 2 Cent, or check out their YouTube channel. Great stuff. Anyways, they asked us if we wanted to go to the Skyline Casino. And any chance I get to hit up a new casino, I'm all for it. So we definitely did that. They picked us up just outside the Bellagio. Headed over Skyline Casino, and it's a really cool place. If you get a chance, head on down there. Excellent. Very cool. So they played some blackjack. And Buffet Princess and I, we tried our hand at some low roll and slot play. I think I actually finished up 4-cent profit on that bad boy, so that was cool. They have a big bar area. They got some live music in there. Apparently they got a nice coffee shop or restaurant. So very cool. And it was nice to check that all out. Then we drove back. We actually parked over at Planet Hollywood parking garage and made our way over to the Cosmo. And there, Hog and 2 Cent did a live stream. You can check that out on their channel. They weren't doing so good. You know, we were standing around for a bit watching them. And I just decided, you know what? They're going to do their thing here. They're live streaming. So let's head back to the Bellagio. So as soon as we get back to the Bellagio, I'm laying on the bed. And I decide, hey, I'm going to check out this live stream. They're still going probably. And they just kept winning and winning. Awesome stuff. As soon as I leave. Oh, and also, there was no drink service. No drink service. I leave, the drinks start flowing. So that pretty much was day number 1. Or actually, day number 2. Day 1 was completely shot. So day 2 in Las Vegas, that pretty much wrapped it up. So we had a pretty decent sleep. And we move on now into day number 3, the last full day in Las Vegas. I always play the Win app, right, guys? So we were playing, or I played the Win app. I grabbed a couple of free buffets at the Win. So we took a Uber down to the Win and had our first run at the Win Buffet breakfast in probably close to 10 years. Really good. Awesome, actually. I would actually say this is the better buffet over the area buffet. Now, we did have the holiday brunch, so maybe because it was the holiday brunch, it was extra special, but really good. From there, we decided to go over to Fashion Show Mall, grab the shuttle, and head on over to, where'd we go? Oh, we hit up the Gold Coast because we had some free play in the Las Vegas Advisor. And then from there, we went to the Orleans, and we did some free play out of the Las Vegas Advisor as well, and that book. And then we headed back to the Strip. And later in the afternoon, right before dinner, maybe around 4 o'clock or so, we decided, well, you know what? We're going to be heading down to Circus Circus, and we're going to get the Groupon. We always hit up the steak dinner Groupon for Vince Neal's at Circus Circus. Well, we get there, and this was another big cluster. I wasn't able to use the Groupon. Apparently, Circus Circus bought the property, bought the restaurant, and so now they fully own it, and they no longer will accept the Groupon. So that kind of sucks. So from there, we went downtown, did some free play over at Ellis Island, and probably my biggest hit of the entire trip was on the free play. I think I got close to $40 back on the $10 free play, so that was actually really awesome. I was only playing on a 15-cent machine. And then from there, we headed down to Four Queens, and I've always heard such good things about this restaurant, Magnolia. So we went there. Again, 2-for-1 coupon. I got the spaghetti and meatballs, and Buffet Princess, she had the beer battered fish and chips. She wasn't thrilled about the fish and chips. She said couldn't really taste the beer batter in them at all, but she said it was okay. I had the spaghetti and meatballs, and the actual spaghetti was really good. The meatballs, not so much. It just didn't taste like they were even cooked. So not a great experience at Magnolia's. I will definitely go back and give it another shot. So maybe on the next trip, I will do that. Okay, from there we did some free play over at Binion's while charging our phone because we had the group poll coming up later in the night. And so we wanted to charge our phones up for that. And we did that. So basically after that, we headed over to the Golden Nugget to scout out some machines. Now, the group poll had about 17 people in it. Pretty decent size. And so many people came out for this. I really want to thank everyone. Starting off with Hog and 2 Cent, obviously. Dave and Michelle came out. Ben Heath, Matt Moss. Oh, so many people. I want to thank Daniel Ocean for coming out. He bought me a beer. Thanks very much, bro. Appreciate that. Matt Bridger, he couldn't make it, but he sent in money to take part in the group poll. So I appreciate that, Matt. Plus, he sent some money for me to grab a Caesar. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the Caesar. They don't actually sell Caesars there. Really, the best place to go for Caesars in Las Vegas is the one of the Caesars properties. Funny enough, get Caesars at Caesars. But yeah, all the Caesars properties on the Strip, no problem in getting Caesar. But some of these other properties, it's tougher. Like Four Queens Binion's, they don't carry Clamato juice. So closest thing you can get to a Caesar is a Bloody Mary. Anyways, also want to thank Bobby G for coming out. Richard, just Gina and her husband John. So many people made it. Such a great night. We didn't do very much winning, but you can check out the live stream we did. It's still on my YouTube page, so be sure to check that out. And yeah, that pretty much wrapped up the group poll. We didn't do so well, as I said, but pretty successful, I think, for my first ever group poll. We got another one coming up February the 10th at the Plaza. I'm going to be there. Vegas Best Ideas will be there. Anastas, the beer store dude. Dane Ellis is coming out for it. So many people. So be sure to watch for that. It'll be live streamed on February the 10th. And yeah, so from there we took an Uber, headed back down to the Bellagio area, but we stopped in and we did this Groupon we got through the Hacks, and it's a wine and cheese platter. It's really good. So we went there for a little bit. Buffet Princess drank all the wine to herself, so she got really hammered, and it was a good time. Then we went back to the hotel, and that pretty much wrapped up day number 3 and wrapped up this quick trip. I'm not a big fan of going for just the weekend. It's a lot of stuff you got to do just to get there, go through customs, the flight, the delays, everything. So I'm more interested in doing these 5-day, 7-day Vegas trips. But it was very cool to do, and the main reason I wanted to do it was so Buffet Princess could come with me because it worked with her work schedule. And yeah, that's it. That's the trip. So the next trip is February 6th through the 13th. I will be staying at, let's see, I got Four Queens for one night. Then I move over to MGM Grand for 2 nights. Then from there, I'm downtown for another 2 nights, staying at Binion's at the Apache. We'll see how that is. And finally wrap it up over at the Old Reliable, doing it up at the Wynn for 2 nights. So yeah, if you're going to be in town around those times, be sure to hit me up. I'm on Twitter. It's Pennies for Vegas. And guys, we'll talk to you soon.